Right then, time for an oil change in the Kodiak. A couple of reasons why I'm doing this. Firstly, as you're aware, it's just been rebuilt. It's been running a couple of hours since then, so it's probably a nice idea to get rid of all the bits of metal shavings, etc. that might be in there, microscopic ones anyway. Also, I was having a problem with the carburetor leaking fuel into the engine and leaking fuel directly at the drain hose. That's because of a bad needle valve. Just put one of them in. It was coming out of there. It's by the recoil. See that? But anyway, that's all sorted as you can see. Fuel valve's on, nothing's coming out, so that's grand. I'm going to be using a Hypo Filtro filter. Just a simple spin-on one. These are pretty cheap for what they are. Decent quality. I always like to get these ones with the bolt head on the end, because if it gets stuck for whatever reason or you put it on a bit too tight, you can easily just whip it off with a spanner. So yeah, I'll see you in a minute when I'm draining the oil. Of course, I'm using my standard cut-out milk bottle, so I can just chuck it away after rather than trying to clean out an oil drain pan. So yeah. Right then, under the machine now. I hope you can see alright and there's enough light, but I'm not certain. As you can see, I've taken the skid pans off, skid plates, whatever you want to call them, from underneath. They're just plastic panels. They do have a cutout in them, but it's just easy to take them off after you get them covered in oil. Just for reference, this is the side of the machine where the belt drive is. Just go straight under. As you can see, you've got 2 different drain ports under here that you need to empty. That one there, the one with the tabs around the end, that is a 19. That is your oil strainer. It's got a metal mesh piece in there you need to clean out. And your oil drain plug is that one there, just towards the back of the machine. It's the furthest plug back that you can have. It's just literally on the back of the engine, next to the start of the rear A-arms. And that is a 21. So I'm going to drain that now, and I'll get back to you once I've taken that and the strainer out. I'll show you what to do with them. Right then, as you can see, I've got both the strainer as well as the plug out. Apologies for the noise, I believe that's the tumble dryer. This is exactly the way it comes out the engine. It's exactly the way you want to put it back in as well. This O-ring here, you're supposed to replace every time. I never have, and I've never had a problem, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. You'll find that most of your metal shavings, I had a fair few as I expected, being it's got new piston rings, valve guides, valves, etc. You'll get quite a lot of metal build up in there if you leave it for a long last time. The rest of it should be relatively clean. If you've got a lot of metal build up in here, you're going to have problems later on. That's pretty much all as I expected. The drain plug is obviously just a drain plug, no need to replace that washer as it's a steel washer. My oil is draining fine. Let's see if I can pull it out without making a massive mess. There we go. As you can see, it's pretty black, considering it's only got a couple of hours on it. And there is a sort of metallic tinge on top, but again, that's expected with an essentially brand new top end. Your next step is to obviously change your oil filter. Oil filter can be found on the side where your gear lever is. Just take out the seat, take off this piece of plastic, dead simple. Just pull it, lift up, it comes off. And there it is. If you can see that. Like that. In theory you should be able to spin these off by hand. I rarely can. So I'm just going to check what size the new filter is, because it's exactly the same as that one. And I will spin it off. See what size that is. I'm going to guess 17. Yep, 17. So I'll take that off. I'll be right back. Right, so I've got my filter off. Here she is. I'd always recommend wearing gloves for this job, particularly nitrile sort, because it's really messy and use the engine oil as a carcinogen, but I've run out, unfortunately, so don't follow my bad example. It's always a good idea to shine a torch in there, see what you've got, give you a bit of an indication on the health of your engine. Mine looks pretty good, as I'd expect. Yeah, that's about it really. These, obviously you never use these, you just throw them straight away. Changing the oil filter out is always the messiest part. You can see you get oil running straight down your engine. onto the floor. So be sure you have plenty of newspaper or whatever underneath. Installing the new filter is simple. You just grab some oil. I always use wet clutch safe oil. Set your clutch because they're extremely expensive. I always use 10W40 semi-synthetic. I fill the oil filter about halfway up with oil just to give it some pre-lubrication. Some people do it, some people don't. You don't need to oil the seals on most of them come pre-lubed already. And it really is a case of just spinning it on hand tight. And that is it. I'm not going to film putting the drain plugs back in. But obviously it's simple as just screwing them back in the way they came out. They're both around 20 some odd foot-pounds, but I just tend to do them relatively tight by hand with a ratchet. It never harms anything as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I'll be back when everything's back on and I need to fill it up. Right. I've moved it out into the light as well, because just looking at what I've just filmed, it looks like they're pretty dark in there. But once you've put all your drain plugs back in, and you've moved it, or you've cleaned up all your oil, it's time to fill it up. Again, that's the oil I'm using, 10W40 wet clutch safe. You also want to make sure the funnel you're using is completely clean. I actually read somewhere that one of the biggest factors in wearing an engine was putting dirt through your oil fill filler, which is obviously the exact opposite of what you're trying to do. On these machines, you just want to dip it straight in, you don't want to screw it in. Just check the oil level. They take around 2 litres. Personally, I'm not somebody who measures out exactly what they take. I put around 2 litres in, or however much roughly it takes, and then I check it every so often. Obviously, it's pretty self-explanatory, this bit. So, I'll get back to you once I finish.